Welcome to this video on student motivation for learning in our series on how learning works. As you know, learning typically takes place when engagement in learning activities combines together with the brain doing some stuff. In addition, we know that metacognitive behaviors involving metacognitive awareness and self-regulation can impact learning. But of course, key in all of this is student motivation to engage in learning in the first place. Motivated students engage in behaviors directed at their goals, and so when a student is motivated to learn or to succeed in a class, they will engage in behaviors directed at the goal of learning. For example, a motivated student is likely to prioritize making time to complete a reading before class or to struggle through a homework assignment. The point is, the more we can help increase and direct our students' motivation to learn, the more likely they are to in fact learn and to in fact perform well in our courses. Now let's unpack this a bit further by taking a look at the expectancy and value theory of motivation. We can define motivation as the desire or drive to do well or succeed at something, and we know that when a student is motivated to engage in their coursework, they are more likely to engage in behaviors aimed at the goal of learning. Expectancy and value theory gives us information about the types of things that can impact motivation, namely expectancy and value. Expectancy is just the expectation that you can succeed. It can also be thought of in terms of the belief that if you put work into something, you will be rewarded appropriately. So think about a student who has just received a low grade on a test. Their motivation may very well drop as a result of that. They may wonder if they can succeed, and they may very well think there is no point in trying anyway. But imagine you ask your students to reflect on how they prepared for that test and what they might do differently next time, while also inviting them to talk with you if they need help identifying effective study strategies. This simple act can reverse the impact on your students' motivation by restoring their belief that they can succeed and that if they put the work in, they will indeed be rewarded. In terms of value, we can think about this in terms of intrinsic value, where a student engages in learning activities simply because it matters to them. This is ideal world motivation as it comes from within and is not particularly susceptible to outside or competing forces. On the other hand, extrinsic value is when a student is motivated to engage in learning activities because she values what the learning behavior will lead to, such as a specific grade, experience for a resume, or the ability to do something else in an improved or more efficient way. As we think about how learning works then, one way to help students learn is to be explicit about the ways in which their success in a specific learning activity or course can be of value to them. Help students to see the value in what you're asking them to do, and they will more willingly engage in the learning experience you have constructed for them. And that's motivation for you. Looking ahead, I encourage you to jot down 2 or 3 ways you can impact your students' motivation and see if you can implement them the next time you teach. Thanks for watching.